Hi Sagittarius, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Sagittarius is your intuitive reading for the next 2 weeks for the time between the 5th and the 18th of July. So what comes out in this reading is what we'll talk about. I'm going to draw as many cards as necessary, and I will also draw some key energies so you can look at the key experiences and the key energies, the things that you might be feeling and facing over the next couple of weeks. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more and then we'll get started on your reading. That card won't be at the base of your reading, so I'll put it there. So that's the Ace of Wands at the base of the reading. Now the card at the base of the reading is basically the perspective that you need to see this next couple of weeks through. Okay, the overall perspective of this next couple of weeks or this reading, and that's the Ace of Wands. So that's new beginnings, passionate new starts, new beginnings, that are really linked to things that you really want, that you're drawn towards, that you're excited about, that you're passionate about. And things that you might find scary as well. Things that you might find scary, but things that are scary because they're truthfully, what you desire and what you want in your life. So it's an exciting time anyway. It could also link to attraction, sexual attraction, etc. Before I turned the camera on and I shuffled, the Ace of Cups actually came out. So I wonder where that's gone. Oh, look, 1 and 2. So yeah, anyway, so you've got this energy of this new start and new beginning. So let's have a look at your key energies first of all. We'll look at this one. We'll look at this one first. We'll look at this one right at the end, which is a key energy, but it's also one potentially outcomes. So this is the type of thing that you'd be feeling, okay? So this is the Three of Swords. So it's interesting that we start with this because we know that the Three of Swords is an event that's already happened, but it's kind of you feeling the reverberations of that, or recognizing the reverberations of something that's already happened, an event that's already happened, so a heartbreak that's already taken place. It's like the emotions of that you may revisit, or the thoughts about that, or the anxieties about that you may revisit, or you may be feeling, you just may be more aware of them over this next couple of weeks. Now, it's interesting because the sword energy is about our thoughts, our minds, how we communicate, what we say, our awareness, etc. Okay? And with the Three of Swords, because it's like you put your heart on the line, you showed somebody or someone who you were, and they betrayed you and they hurt you. Or something happened in your life, I don't know, your parents maybe got divorced when you were younger, and that event actually has ended up restricting your own heart space, your own heart chakra, okay? Whenever we get readings like this where we're looking at our heart space and our heart chakra, it's important to recognize that it means that we're starting to heal from it. And the first step to healing is to first recognize that we're carrying something with us, that this is something that has restricted me, that this is something that has made me feel unable to go after the things that I want. So it's about the awareness of that as we enter this next couple of weeks, okay, which is really always a positive thing, okay? So we'll look at this one right at the end. So let's look then at this first week. So we've got the Seven of Swords. That one also showed itself to me when I was shuffling for you guys. And we've got the Nine of Cups. Very interesting. We'll look at these two first. In fact, no, we'll look at... Okay, so these are the cards. We've got all these cards here. So let's have a look. So 7, 8, 7, 8, 9. Interesting. Okay, so 7 of Swords, 9 of Cups first of all. 7 of Swords watch the video about the number 7s in my Key Wisdom playlist if you have not already. I'll link it at the end of this video. 7 of Swords. So again, swords, thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication, what we say and think, what we allow ourselves to say and think. So it's about that awareness, okay? So this is us denying something to ourselves, denying that we think something, denying that something felt a certain way, denying that we have a certain opinion about something. It's not being off. We're not being true to ourselves. We're not being authentic with ourselves. We're not being honest with ourselves. But this is the awareness that you have not been, if that makes sense. So this is the awareness that you have not been honest with yourself about potentially the impact of a previous relationship, or the impact of your mum and dad divorcing when you were younger, or the impact of being rejected by a lover or a loved one or parent, whatever it is. So this is about awareness, coming into that awareness. And actually, it's, as I said, it's that starts to heal the heart space and heart chakra. And we've got to remember that the card, the 2 weeks that we see in front of us, this is the card. This is the perspective that we must have, the Ace of Wands. So this is a new beginning. This is a new start. This is healing from this, okay? And we can only heal from these things, as I said, once we become aware. So we're starting to become aware. And actually, what's interesting, it seemed what is interesting is that it is this awareness, it's this recognition. For some of you, what this is for some of you, right? I'll tell you exactly what this is for some people. For some people right now, this is you being in a relationship that you don't want to be in because of something else that happened in your past, or a hidden anxiety. For example, what if I'm not good enough? That might be your hidden anxiety. So because of that hidden anxiety, you're in a situation or a circumstance, a relationship that you don't want to be in. And this month, this week, you see that. It's that type of experience. It's that type of experience. So it doesn't mean that that's what it's going to be for every single person, but that is an example of the type of experience and the type of energy that these represent, if that makes sense, okay? The next card out is the Nine of Cups. And for some of you, it's the opposite. It's like realizing that this dissatisfactory space that I've been in my mind, when I've been ignoring this or pretending or whatever, that dissatisfactory space has actually, in a way, shown to me the truth of what I want, what will make me happy, what is my wish fulfillment. And this dude, he sits on his hands, okay, because it takes him a while to understand, to explore, to recognize that that you know what it is you want, what it is you feel. But that energy is coming through thick and fast. It's definitely a wake up call in some way. There's definitely some sort of awareness coming through for you guys. There's no event yet that I can see. It's all I can see is you coming into this understanding, this clarity, this awareness. I can see that, and it might be because of just as a result of, as a cumulative result of the past 6 months or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's like, because of how difficult things have been, because of the situation you've been in, it might have just been a very normal situation that you've been in. And that normality has actually chalked you and actually made you see that, no, this is I want this life. I want this person. I don't want what I've been having. And I've only been where I've been because I felt like I couldn't, because I felt like I wasn't worthy, because I felt like I wasn't deserving, because I didn't feel good enough about myself. Now you're starting to feel better about yourself. Or you're starting to recognize that, at least. You're starting to recognize those things about our motivations. This month is seemingly for the fire signs, really looking at what your motivations are and what your motivations have been, and being sort of unfettered or untied, released from these obligations in order for you to go forth and do the things that you want. And we've got energy of new karmic cycles with 2 number 8s here, the 8 of Wands and the Strength card. So again, we've got fire here, we've got fire. And again, that's your energy. So your energy is active, Sag, in that you're a passionate sign, and that you feel those things deeply. You feel it's important to do what you're passionate about. You feel that within you. But in this world that we live in and the societies that we exist in, it's not always looked upon favourably. For example, you know, I said to my mum when I was younger, Mum, I don't want to go to university. I want to do this instead. And she said, Ruth, she said, you can do whatever you want once you get your degree. So it's like, even if you're passionate about something and love something and are good at something, you might be unable to act on it, unable to act on that passion. But the thing about Sagittarius and Leos and Aries is that you feel it. It's such a real thing for you to have those experiences. It's such a real thing for you to feel it's so important. It's like life or death. I mean, I'm being dramatic, but it's like, if I can't do this, it will kill me. You know, it will restrict me. And, you know, we should not deny ourselves our desires. That's what we're here for on this planet, on this plane to do. You know, this earthly plane is about desire. It's about recognizing desires. It's about going after our desires. It's about ignoring our desires, and about all those things when it comes to desires, all those attitudes toward it, is what creates our karma, is what creates the cycles that we're in, and is what creates our teaching and our blessings also as well. Okay, so you have been in a state stuck somewhere, and now there's movement, now there's change, now there's new energy for you guys. And that is what's significant. I've just realised, never mind. That is what's significant. So, I'm distracted because I'm worried now that I'm going to run out of space on this device. That's why I'm distracted, but don't worry about it. If it runs out, I'll have to splash a video together, and I hate doing that because it takes hours, like 4 hours to upload a video that should take an hour and 2 hours. It doubles it in time. Anyway, never mind. So sorry about that. So 8 of Wands is this influx of new energy, this new idea, this new clarity, this new wisdom, this new understanding. And again, because it's linked to the wand energy is linked to our second chakra, which is our sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, deep orange in colour. The sacral chakra is the seat of our energy, our passion, our motivation, our creativity, but it's also the seat of our fears. So when we have slights and experiences like this, yeah, we hold it in our heart space, but we also hold it in our second chakra. And what it does is it restricts our passion. Events like this, you know, the fact that someone broke up with me in the past means that I will dull down my energy, for example. I won't say those things again, because then I will keep my boyfriend, or I will keep my girlfriend, I will keep my husband, I will keep my wife. So it restricts, and so we push ourselves down. That was an example, by the way. There's lots of different examples. But we push it down, and this is like the breaking through that. It indicates the beginnings of new karmic cycles. It indicates the beginning of new energy in this space. You know, it indicates a clearing out of this point of view, perspective that you hold of yourself when it comes to your worthiness, your strength, in relationships, in life, etc., in work, etc. Okay, and in strength. So we've got the strength card next. The strength card is, we go through experiences, we have experiences that show us our strength, that show us who we are, that show us the truth of who we are, and that teach us to protect, that teach us that we have to have compassion, fierce compassion, not only for other people but for ourselves. It's not enough to live our life for other people. We have to gain something, and it can be, and it doesn't mean it's financial, but we've got to gain something. We've got to gain something from it. And especially for you guys, Sag, you have that, you feel it deeply, like you know that it matters. You know that what you feel matters. And when you feel like you don't deserve that compassion, or when you feel like you don't deserve to give yourself that worthiness, if you will, then it really does affect you. It really does affect your mood, your health. It really does affect your whole aura and the whole weight of your body and the whole weight of the situations and circumstances that you face in life, the normal things. it really does affect that. When you deny yourself, it really does have a huge impact on you, Sagittarius. But again, what I'm seeing is that there's a learning coming through. It's as if the light is being turned on now. The dimmer switch is being turned up this next week for you guys. And just these things are becoming more and more clear to you, more and more real to you. And it's actually giving you strength. It's actually turning the light on for you, giving this influx of information, but it's actually also giving you strength. You know, I'm really not linking this to love, but there's indications that there could be some sort of new beginnings when it comes to love and love situations. But again, it's all about what you have been denying yourself, or who you've been denying. Recognizing why you denied those things, why you denied that, why you ignored that. And actually, it was because of your self-esteem. If you don't feed your self-esteem, no one else is going to. If you don't give yourself love and respect and compassion, and if you don't tell yourself you're worthy, no one else is going to. And it doesn't even matter if everyone tells you you're amazing. It doesn't matter. Everyone in the world could line up and give you a handshake and give you a kiss and say you're fabulous, you're amazing. But if you don't feel it, it means nothing. So now it's you realizing it didn't mean anything what they said or what they did. It matters what I feel. And actually, but this experience, this last 6 months, has taught you that you are so much stronger and so much more worthy of compassion and of love and of doing the things and having the things that you want than you've actually been showing yourself. Okay, so we've got this energy now of the Emperor. And I say about the Emperor, you know, the Emperor is, and then another 7. I say about the Emperor knows who he is. You know, the Emperor has done that inner work. The Emperor has gone on that journey, has traveled these mountains, and has really looked within, has really tried to understand and see this. And it's okay to well, I don't want to say that it's okay to mistreat yourself. It's what I mean is it's a natural reaction to experiences in life that we mistreat ourselves, that we lack compassion for ourselves. Never mind other people. I'm talking about just you for now. But the Emperor understands why he lacked compassion for himself. Does that make sense? So that's what gives the Emperor strength. It doesn't mean that the Emperor now can be like, yeah, like suddenly just because I know that, right, I'm like I'm all good, like I'm the most confident person ever in the world. It doesn't have to mean that. But it's the security. Number 4s are about our security, our roots, our foundations, where we come from. And it's the security that it gives us to know, right, I understand that this is something that in the past has motivated my action, this thought, this idea, this perspective, whatever, I'm not good enough. I understand that this has been hidden from me, but it's actually been affecting my self-esteem. I now know that. That is something that strengthens you. That is something that you can now build on. You can now work through. And that's the energy of the Emperor, okay? Because we've got this energy also with it. So this is the second week as we go into the middle of July. We've got this energy now of the 7 of Pentacles. You know, 7s are about authenticity. They're about understanding the mysteries of something. In this case, it's Pentacles energy, where we put our security. So this is you understanding, trying to learn, trying to work out, or realizing, seeing, I'm putting my energy into securing something that actually isn't really truly what I want. It's realizing that. And we can see that with these energies here. We can see, you know, we can see that sort of awakening, that sort of awareness coming through. And actually, that's the thing. It's like no matter how hard you push yourself, as I said, that original example about you're with someone that's not really, that you shouldn't really be with, or that you don't really want to be with, but you're with them because of something else that's happened in the past that made you feel disempowered or that made you feel unworthy. Knowing that, this is like seeing it. It's like, oh my God, yeah, I realize now. And I, you know, again, it's slow. You know, healing is a slow thing. It takes a long time. We can. These are the headlines I always say, and then you have to you have to live it. You have to experience it. And it's you know, the earth energies, for example, they're linked to our physical health and well-being. So that means that we can I can feel and discern the physical weight of these things, because obviously I do this. I'm a Reiki master, so that's how I interact with another rung to my ladder, if you will. It's another way that I interact with the world. But I guarantee you, even if you can't discern it or feel it, or you're conscious of it, not conscious of it, whenever we say pentacles, we know that we know there's a physical strain, there's an earth, because it's about earthly, it's about things being manifested. So some of you could have been affected, your physical health, I said that originally anyway, your physical health and well-being might have been affected by a relationship or a situation or circumstance that you've been in for some time, that you've been trying to understand and work out. You've not acted on it, but you've been trying to understand and work out why you are in this situation, and now you know. And the next question is, well, the question of the Hierophant is, I can live my truth or someone else's. That's the truth. You can live your truth or someone else's, Sagittarius. And what changes are you going to make? Who you're going to listen to? What is going to guide you now? You know, number 5s are always about change, things that wow. So there you go. So there is going to be some sort of change coming through. You know, and I think what I'm going to definitely suggest, I'm going to link the videos at the end anyway, but I recorded a conscious meditation, and by conscious meditation I mean an active meditation, and by active meditation I mean I'm talking out loud to you, working through a subject, a topic, a thing, and this is what I worked through last on that video. You need to really watch this video, What If I'm Not Good Enough, because this was what I discovered a couple of weeks ago, was a hidden anxiety. So this was something that I felt and thought like this. This was my 3 of Swords, but I did not understand or know, or was not consciously aware up until this point, that that was something that I felt and thought about myself, because I couldn't even hear it in my head anymore. But because I carried that with me, even subconsciously, it actually affected the things that I did. So when I reflect on this in the video, watch the video. I won't go into it here, but watch the video. It's a similar thing for you, because the reason I'm saying watch the conscious meditation and try it yourself, ask yourself these questions, look at how I ask the questions and uncover where it came from. Because once you uncover where it comes from, you just remove the swords and you start to heal. And the physical weight of that, now it's gone. I know where it sat within my body, if that makes sense. And I can feel the physical difference and also the mental difference and emotional difference, etc., that it makes by releasing that it's made to me by releasing that. And it's a similar thing that you're going through over this next couple of weeks, and over this second week, or this third week, I should say. Well, you know, second week, middle of the month. You're going through that thing where it's like you see it, you start to see or realize or recognize that you have been carrying, with the 3 of Swords, something around with you that's meant that you've not felt good enough about yourself in order to really manifest the type of things that you want. So what you have been doing has been leaving you feel unfulfilled, and what you have been doing, you've been in a way denying that it has been making you feel unfulfilled. Now you recognize and see and realize that there is change necessary, with the number 5, with the Hierophant. The Hierophant's message is always, and those of you that follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and Facebook will have seen it, the Hierophant's message is always, you can live your truth or someone else's. You can get you know all the rules, you know all the laws, you know what society thinks, you know what the institutions say, you know what the parents say, you know what blah, 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 you know what marriage is, you know what all that. But what is going to be the thing that motivates your action? What are you actually going to do? What is going to be the thing that drives you? Is it going to be what society says, what the books say, what the marriage license, whatever? Or is it going to be this divine? And by divine, that can come from your second chakra, yourself, that inner knowing, that wisdom, that feeling of, oh my gosh, I get it now. Are you going to listen to that? And actually, there's looking like a change going to come. Now, remember the blessing that is the Tower card, because the Tower card is the universe literally reaching into your life and saying, right, Where you're at now is not fulfilling for you, is not where you're meant to be. Let's get you on the right track. Let's get you on to the right place. So an event or a situation happens, and you might be the one that brings about actually this event. You might be the one that brings about this event. You might be the one that starts a conversation. But it's it's because there is no hiding anymore. And actually the eclipse comes through, and that's exactly we've got an eclipse, a solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse, one on the 2nd, one on the 15th, 4th, 14th. So during this time period, basically. And an eclipse, a solar eclipse, is all about awareness. It's all about learning something. It's all about a revelation, a moment of judgment, or a tower moment, an event that happens that shakes things up, that means that you can't avoid the truth of something anymore. So it's always a blessing, and it means you're going to act on it. And I'm quite intrigued to see this last key energy, because this is it's a key energy, what you're going to be feeling, experiencing, because key is about what we feel, what we experience. It's energy. But also, it can indicate outcomes. There you go. So look at this. This is the outcome. We've got the sun. And that's what I'm saying. It's like, and I just mentioned the solar eclipse. And, it is this energy of, once you know, you can deal. Once you know that you feel that way, you are already happier and lighter. Just by knowing, oh my gosh, I've been restricting myself because I felt like I wasn't good enough. Just that. Before we've even gone to the investigation side of it, like I do on the meditation video, the conscious meditation video, you already it's like, oh my gosh, I see. I settled, for example. I settled for that job, or for that man, or for that woman, or I settled for that life because I didn't believe that I was intelligent enough, lucky enough, good enough, beautiful enough to do any better. Just knowing that in itself is such a liberating thought and feeling and idea, and actually changes your energy, shifts your space drastically, just knowing that. And that's what you get. It's a gift over this next couple of weeks. It's a gift for you, Sagittarius, over this next couple of weeks, because the awareness is very really moving you. It's very really animating you, motivating you, moving you in a direction, one that is really about healing these feelings of inadequacy, this lack of compassion that you've shown yourself, the fact that you've been denying what you want. Realizing that you've been denying what you want in itself is the blessing, and that's actually what brings you to the light. It's that actually this is the happiest card in the deck. This is you being happy, being you in the world. This is everyone accepting you for who you are. Not that it matters, but this is what it is. It's that level of truth and authenticity that the truth is a truth. It's a truth. People could. It's like it's like people who, I mean, we're still in Pride Month, so I'll talk about Pride. It's like people who are LGBTQ plus and all the others, whatever we are. It's like someone hating that. It's like someone saying, no, you shouldn't be gay, or no, you shouldn't be black, or no, you shouldn't be fat, or no, you shouldn't be thin, or no, whatever, you shouldn't have surgery, whatever. No, you shouldn't take drugs. It's like, that's who I am. That's my truth. What is you hating me or having a negative opinion on me? How is that going to change it? If I want to be a mime artist, then that's what I'm going to be. And I don't care if I've got a mortgage to pay. Like, for example, I'm not saying you're going to be a mime artist. I'd just like to give these examples. I throw these examples in, don't I? But it's like, the truth is a truth is a truth. And it's like by the middle of this month, you are accepting the truth, and that is such a liberating thing for you. You uncover, I'm feeling like you're uncovering some hidden anxieties, because this card indicates hidden anxieties for me, and hidden trauma situations that have traumatized us and that have restricted us, that we might not even be aware of. Well, this is coming, when we see this card, we're coming into that awareness. It's sword energy, thoughts, mind, clarity, consciousness, communication, okay? So and the sun is the same. We're coming into that awareness. The light is on. We can see everything clearly, and seeing everything clearly makes us feel better, makes us happier, makes us feel lighter. You, by the middle of this month, by the middle of July, are in a much better place, and I love that for you, Sag. Okay, my darling. So I think that ultimately, you know, this month is about desires. It's about recognizing what our desires are. And I definitely think you should check out the conscious and active meditations that I've put. I will link at the end of this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, my lovelies. Excuse me. And don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. As I said, I always say, you can always share this video on your WhatsApp, on your Facebook, on your social media. And don't forget to check out the pick a card readings that I've also done as well as a key wisdom playlist. The pick a card reading is for the whole of the summer months, which is excellent reading. It gives you a huge amount of scope. So it's a really interesting reading, and it's gone down really well. I even got involved in that reading myself, so I give myself a reading, a hidden reading. How I do it is quite cool, so you can check it out. Anyway, I'll link all those, and I'll see you all again in a couple of weeks with your brand new readings. But just remember, my darlings, that, you know, it's the awareness that brings through the healing, and it's the awareness that brings through the strength. And don't deny your truth any longer, you know, because the truth is the truth, you know. So if you're a woman and you're married to a man, but actually you're attracted to another woman, then that's the truth. So you kind of have to face life in that way, instead of facing life by denying that you're attracted to that other woman. Do you know what I'm saying? Just accept it, first of all, and then once you accept it, right, okay, yeah, I'm attracted to her, or I'm attracted to him, or I don't want this job anymore, or I don't want this, whatever it is. Once you accept it, then we know what the next thing is to do. But if you keep denying it, we can never move on from that denial, except by getting hurt, as in physically feeling the strain of it, physically getting tired and physically getting weighed down, and then the tower moment does hit. So either way, awareness is coming. All right, my darlings, I shall leave it there. Have a wonderful couple of weeks, and I'll see you all again in a couple of weeks with your brand new readings. Take care, my darlings. Bye.